And welcome back to the stream. It is Monday evening. We're going to be playing some Factorio today. I hope you guys have had a good start to your year. Sometime between the New Year's party and now, I caught a pretty bad cold. I think it might have been because we went to a pantomime, um, like on the 29th, like a few days before New Year's, and it was just a theater packed full of kids, and they're just petri dishes full of disease. um, I think I escaped from that, but Kaylee caught it, and then I caught it from Kaylee, so I'm not doing the best right now. I think I'm through the worst of it, but I'm still blowing my nose a lot and kind of husky, and I've been sleeping a lot too. But aside from that, this holiday has just been really quite hectic. Um, I was really hoping to get caught up on stuff and get some organizing done, but instead we've just been going to parties, hosting friends, just going all over the place. And it seems like I'm gonna have to restart my ping tuber. This is it's not scanning properly. One moment, bear with me. There we go. Ah, what the? Pop out. Oh my god. What have I done? Okay, dock menu. There we go. Everything's back to normal. Somehow I opened full screen mode on the PingTuber program. But anyways, yeah. Um, my boss graciously let me have the afternoon off, and I also have tomorrow off, so a little bit more time to recover. Um, but anyways, let's jump into the stream. Into the game, rather. Right, so, oh my god, I forgot that I packed my thing full of exoskeletons. Or actually, this is how I've always been. But I'm about to unlock mech armor very soon. Alright, so... Oop, we got new space science coming in. Nice. Let's increase these, so we have a bit more buffer. And we're still low on green science. We're low on gear wheels. Alright, let's buff this up. Give these some speed modules. We're doing fine on molten iron, so that can keep up just fine. Oh, that's not right. Just like that. Let's clean that up. Good. And these are now low on green chips, of all things. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, we'll just upgrade these. Good. Not a problem. Can I do something here? Yeah, these are still starved on green chips, so let's stick that there. Oh. These need speed 2 modules. Alright, now that's a little bit better. Now everything is actually producing 2 per second. Alright, so green science is nominal. Let's add a new space platform. Okay, just get a handle on things. There we go. Now grenades are happy. Military science is fine. I forgot how slow these things move. Right, military science is happy. Yellow science is producing fine. Green science still has to make its way to the end. Okay, but we'll call that good enough for now. Now, I am producing space platform starter packs, am I not? It's low on... Oh. It doesn't have a requester chest associated. Space platform starter pack. Give me one. And let's give these a few speed beacons too. How are we on power? Could use more power. These are keeping up with output, at least. Right. So we're going to do two things. We're going to connect these two here. Remove these roboports. And we're just going to copy all of this. Stamp it down again. Okay, roboports connected. Connect the pipes. And the second thing we can do is let's see. Is it time for this yet? No. No, not quite. I'll unveil that in a few moments. But right, so we got the starter pack. It's just waiting for a robot to deliver it. Where? Oh, there it is. There we go. Alright, off it goes. Let's jump back to Navis. We have still lots of fuel cells good to go. We have lots of uranium. Okay, so there's two things that I want to do. But how do I want to do it? That's the question. So this is going to do the Covarex enrichment process. So, just like that. I want that to be full of U-238, so we'll leave this chest alone. But everything else can be converted to 235. Apparently I'm not making bulk inserters here. Let's fix that. Bulk inserters, 50. And we're going to convert these all to storage chests. We are also... Oop, not there. I want to do something unique with this. Let's see. So how many rockets? Okay, this will hold 200. So let's give this 400. This will enable if everything is less than 390. And we're just going to send... we're going to send uranium ore directly up into space. Go. Bulk inserter, buffer chest. I'm not making chests either. Eesh. Alright, that's a problem. We're gonna have to drop this down to 2s. Let's see. Trying to find a good place for this. I mean, this is all going to be redone anyways, so we can just... like... Right, that will be... storage... buffer... requester. I don't think I need passive provider. We're just going to pull directly into steel chests. Could have picked a better spot for this, honestly. Oh, and I need green circuits. Oh, I am making passive providers. We'll enable this if everything is less than 10. Okay, so I'm not making passive providers. Let's fix that. There we go. It has now been made available to the network. Which means these should now kick on. I'm gonna have to change these to that. And arithmetic combinators, just a handful. Oy. No. What am I doing? Passive provider chest. Wire this, so we're only making a handful. Oh. This needs to be copper cables. Boy, that's some real bootleg. But it's now working. Which means these should now be working. Bulk inserter is coming in. I am not making speed modules, apparently. That's fine. This process can work slowly. Okay, nice. Mech armor is almost built. Alright, now this guy. I want to copy my science ship. This will be, again, just a basic hauler. We're just going to call this uranium ore hauler. Requesting maintenance, requesting space platforms. Okay, now that that's being built, my mech armor is also being built, or it's been researched anyways. Now, mech armor requires holmium plates, etc. So I think I want to go back to Cutlass. Alright, so this has foundries, it doesn't have big mining drills. I haven't updated this inserter in like many sessions. But yeah. Right, so this is all, it's mining more tungsten ore. We're fine on this coal patch for now, I think. Although I think before I blast off, I should at least set up rare mining drills. So, how am I going to do this? I am not making quality 2 modules anywhere. Let's fix that. Quality 1, quality 2. And let's actually set some of these some of my hotbars, because this is getting annoying. Substations, I want pipes, I want pipe to ground. Move those there, actually. Let's see. Steel chests, passive providers, storage, and requesters. We'll have roboports. We'll have lamps. Why not? I want assemblers. I want chemical plants, foundry, EM plant, recycler, big mining drills I don't need. Oh, what am I doing? I want some inserters. Let's do bulk inserters there, fast and long-handed. Power. Steel chest. No, we'll do passive there, storage, and requester. Here we can do roboports, big poles, and radars. I mean, we don't really need radars on that, but whatever. Alright, Cutlass, what do you have? Science 2, what do you have? Go ahead and drop all of this crap. Let's just have a buffer chest somewhere in the middle of the factory to hold. This can hold my 100 recyclers and my 100 EM plants. Just to have them more accessible. Okay, that's better. All right. So we've got quality modules. Let's go a step further. Quality module 2 of uncommon, or less than or equal to uncommon, will get recycled. And again, I really should be doing this like here. Right, this will filter for quality 2s that are less than or equal to uncommon. Wait, what? Oh. And this will output ones that are rare quality. We're going to enable this if we have less than 50. Finally, we're going to only take materials that are equal to uncommon, steel chest, and this recipe will be uncommon quality 2s. There. Maybe that should be a buffer chest. Nah. However, we are going to disable that. Enable if anything is greater than 5. So we'll always have 5 available. Okay, that's enough of that. What else we got to work with? Scrap recycling productivity. Not a bad shout. But let's see. Yeah, I think all of this can wait. I want to get Qual 3s, and then I want to start on scrap recycling. Because that will compound very, very quickly. Then we can get Roboport Mark IIs, and then personal batteries. And then that just because. Now, we can repeat this trick, but with the big mining drill. We're just going to take if greater than or equal to, or if less than or equal to uncommon. Again, enable if we have more than 5. This we're only taking rare. Here the recipe is big mining drill uncommons. Good. All right. Now, this stuff is likely to jam if any of these ingredients go out of balance, but that's fine. We can troubleshoot later. How's this doing? Because if I'm not blasting off into space, I really should have just kept this one going. Right, like this is all going fine. Alright, while stuff is building, let's do something about Fulgora. So last I left off, this was slowly making high-quality accumulators, which is good. Now, what I want... Well, there's a lot of stuff that I want. For starters... These need to be foundries. Boy. Space really is at a premium in this this planet. Alright, I think it might be time to train in the scrap. Oh, I need... No, let's leave those open. I need something making rails. I need something making rail ramps. I need something making rail supports. How's this doing? We have 2,000 left. So if this just... yeah, let's go to Vulcanus. The hauler is still requesting some things. But all of this can be dropped back onto the surface. Why are solar panels being so slow to build? No, that's not the problem. What? Why are you launching that? Right. This needs 18 accumulators, 20 solar panels. Delivered to the hauler. And that should be it. And give me 100 ammunition. Oh. Never mind, we don't need ammunition. We're just gonna get a handful of chunks. Piece by piece. Well, yeah. Should have a little bit of ammo to start with. Alright, now we're good. As soon as that wanders in close enough, then this hauler will pick on. Okay. How's this doing? Has this jammed on anything? No, we've run out of I guess we're not producing... let's make some tungsten carbide here. I want it so bad. I want it. Alright, tungsten carbide. Actually, easiest way. Can't we just take it from here? Right. How about this? This is still producing. This has not jammed. All right. And now maybe this can finally go. Right, so Fulgora. Have you started making what I asked you? Did I forget to make rail supports? No, it's up here. And it's almost done. Nice. Right. So, how am I going to do this? So I'm not going to need any more rocket silos, so we can get rid of that. Yeah, alright, I'm tearing all of this up, and I'm going to completely redo this. Yeah, let's tear all of this down. All of this goes away. All of it. Passive providers become active providers. Storage chests become active providers. It's just empty everything. Yeah, this too. We have 2 big mining drills. Alright, these are still working. Yep, all of you have to go as well. Feels like a real shame to tear all of this down, but I have big plans for it all. And I need a clean slate to work with. I mean, honestly, might have been smarter just to move to this big island over here. Well, too late for that now. Let's see. Right, like the problem with this island was there was no resources on it, but it is quite large. So like that is a thought. How are we on these? Still proceeding quite slowly. That's fine. This is all full up. So this can now... this can now start going to Novice. We're going to do Novice exports. And we're just looking for, let's see, stack size 50. So I can get 50 times 30. How is Novice doing? I have forgotten to add a single power pole here. And this might wreak havoc on my my pollution cloud, but we will see. We've still got our keeping their hands clean achievement eligible. Right, and then on Vulcanus, we're going to request uranium ore. Could I possibly attach some cargo bays just to give myself some extra room to work with? Now let's see. Make a few centrifuges. Want to do some uranium processing, but I also want quality uranium, right? Because if I can get quality uranium fuel cells, well, maybe it'll be easier just to do a quality loop here. Or just do a loop on this. I think that's the play, actually. I'm just gonna request some uranium ore. Let's say 200 apiece. Let's say 50. $235 goes out. Overx. Oh, I'm building this way too claustrophobic. No, 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 no. And this is just, it's just, I'm trying way too hard. Right. What I want is just output my 235 here. Bring it back in. And any excess can feed back. Right? This is going to pull 238 out. There. Now I do need to put them on different sides of the belt, though. That step cannot be skipped. Okay, that should do. Right, this is importing from Novice. What's the issue here? All right. It's a little bit better. This will process not terribly fast, but better than nothing. This should also request 100 U-235. We have 64. Okay, we will request 60. While we're at it, let's go ahead and make some more fuel cells, just to make sure that we have enough. Enable while that has more than 40. And we're going to read these contents. Enable if everything is less than 50. And this has to be an assembler too. And so does this. Sick. This should be disabled, so that we'll just always have fuel cells available, ready to output. And it will only ever output if these reactors need more. So we're fine. Hauler has got lots of ore. Now it just needs... It just needs 235. That's strange. It doesn't look like it's being delivered. Oh, because these rockets still need a load. Speaking of, how's our pollution cloud? It's not bad. Oh. Didn't think about that. This is output full. Oh. Hmm. Alright, good enough. Go to Vulcanus. Go ahead and pull down all of that. Let's make some cargo bays. And Fulgora is almost ready to rebuild. Alright, so we're going to leave substations alone. We're going to leave accumulators alone. Everything else can go away. Oh, and lightning rods. And we've got some rare accumulators to stamp down. With a whopping 15 megajoules instead of 5. What on earth? It was requesting U-235, was it not? None of this got delivered. Very, very, very close. All right. Finish that. That. There. It's just a tiny bit here to capture. Then we can leave that alone. Okay. We're gonna send the scrap down this way instead. Right, so I've got 4 lines of scrap coming in. So we're gonna rebuild this. I think what I want is 1 speed, 1 efficiency. It's gonna be something like this. No. These have to go up. These can come in closer. I want a... So this is a an interesting little trick. Um, we're going to take all of the scrap products and we're going to do minus 15. So it's iron gear wheel, solid fuel, concrete, ice. Solid fuel, minus 15. Ice, minus 15. Solid fuel, concrete, ice, steel plate, battery, stone. What else? Advanced circuit, copper plate, processing units. Or not copper plate, copper wire. Then low density structures. Finally, holmium. Right. So for the time being, we'll do bulk inserters. Use filters. Oops. Green wire. So what this will do is it will only, well, first off, it blocks the output of the recycler. And then it's going to pull out a full stack all at once. So when there's at least 16 of an item, then it's going to attempt to pull all 16 all at once. Bulk inserters can currently only pull 12, and they don't stack them. But when I get stack inserters, they'll have a hand size of 16. So that's it's preparation for that. Now, this has a crafting speed of 1.3. Scrap is recycled 5 times a second. So that's 1.3 times 5 is... it's going to be like 7.5 times a second, right? And it'll produce 60% total output. So 7 times 60%. So we're getting about 5 items per second for each one of these. This is 30 items per second on each side of the belt. I'm also not quite done. I can stick one here, one here. Let's double this up. Oops. So each recycler is now being affected by um, by 4 of these. Like, technically we could do one better by stacking them like this, but I sort of want them to be pulling at the same rate. So something like that. Oh, and also can't forget about the belts. The belts of scrap. Cannot forget about those. Now, on top of that, so we'll stick. Where should I put these? So one can go there. No. It's like that and that. Then we've got our 2 belts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually, these are double pulling from that belt. Is that okay? I can't quite squeeze that in. I could reverse these. Want that to go up by 1 more. Okay. So that works, kind of. it would work even better if I can move these miners up by one more. Right, those can go up by 2. Alright, sick. Now let's do our balancer. It took some doing, but now the belts are balanced. Good. I'm surprised that I'm not making constant combinators anywhere. Alright, now let's transplant these. Screw it. We'll just copy the whole damn thing. Hey, Pocket Wolf. The factory is going. I am completely redoing Fulgora because I have some some big ideas for it. But I have made a uranium ore hauler for Novice because I'm not returning to Novice anytime soon until I get to Gleba and do biolabs. But I do want a portable fission reactor for my mech armor. So that requires me to do some uranium fuel cell processing. So uranium is now being imported into Vulcanus. Weirdly, it's not being requested from the rocket, which confuses the heck out of me. This is over. This is over Vulcanus. So why is it not satisfying? Oh. Oh, it is. It's just already processed. Okay. Okay, let's see. That's fine. Make the whole planet a nuclear reactor? Yeah, that's the idea. Okay, now this is going. This is the Covarex enrichment process. So the problem with uranium processing is it mostly gives you depleted ore, U-238, which is less useful. What you really want is the U-235, which is made at a 0.7% probability. But it's what gives you the fuel cells, it gives you nuclear fuel, it gives you atomic bombs. And I need this for my fission reactors, right? So this Covarex enrichment process will use 40 235s as a catalyst and then output one extra. With productivity, it also outputs one extra U-235. So that's nice. That basically means that if you just let this run slowly, once this reaches 100%, it's going to output a pile of the enriched stuff right here, and then it's going to suck most of it back in. So, as this goes on, this belt is going to back up more and more, and eventually it's going to overflow and then come back out here and then get sucked into this chest here. And that's the goal. Because once that happens, then we'll be able to like properly start playing with quality. Okay, so now this can go back to Navis and start picking up some more uranium ore, because we're going to need a lot of it. This will just make continuous trips to Navis. Oops. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, I see what I've done. Let's just leave that at 400, and we'll have this request 50 times 40. 48. Sick. Any request 0. Okay, good. Pizza MRE was a little disappointing. Pizza was small, but it was dense. Yeah. They're designed to get you a lot of calories all at once. Getting ready for the heavy ships. Let's see. Got bigs and substations. I've made this a little too too compact. Broke it up, made 2 meals out of it. Nice. Finally, these guys. Modules can go there. Modules. Modules. These guys. Then these guys. Then these guys. And finally, my little accumulator farm. Alrighty. Ugh. So that was a lot of setup, and I'm still not making constant combinators for some reason. Let's go ahead and fix that. I am making these 2 kinds, though. Okay. Cheap state 200 still doesn't go too far. You got most of what you wanted. Alright. Okay. There, and there, and there. Or maybe something like this. The issue is the middle beacons aren't getting power. Like, I could fix that by moving these up by 1 more. Right, like that. That gives me enough room for that. think I also want to gradually process scrap via requester chest. There we go. Ah, this is also needing power. And this is needing roboport coverage. There we go. All right, so this is now working, I think. Let's just move these up here for a little bit of niceness. So the way this works is I am subtracting 15 from each of the products of scrap recycling. So as things get recycled, it gets stored in the recycler because it's kind of like a chest. So once an item reaches 16 or higher, that is going to send a signal to this inserter and say, yeah, you can take it now. Take it out now. Because the default behavior is that the recycler will just output directly to the belt, like from this little aperture here. But later on, when I go to Gleba, I'm going to unlock stack inserters, which allows you to stack the belt 4 items high. So I'm going to want to take advantage of that once I unlock that. And this is the way to make sure that exactly 16 items get output all at once. Now, if you've been following my if you've been following my Fulgora adventures up to now, you'll know that the number one thing that you want to maximize for is homium ore, which only gets recycled at a 1% rate. So all of this stuff is going to have to be voided. And I've done 15 hours of off-stream time researching, playing with designs to void all of the other products as efficiently as possible. So, I have come up with this. Oops. Let's leave that there. Let's make a duplicate. This I call the normal quality upcycler. Now, you said that you're afraid of math? Well, get ready for some more math. So, let's see. First thing we're going to do is drag these belts down here. We're going to make use of every available inch of this island. Let's see. Just thinking about the geometry here. Also, that's kind of cool. It's like there's little highways here in the like this used to be a paved road, possibly. I never noticed that before. Right. So, what have we got? So, first we're going to pull the ice out. This is I was also experimenting with these designs to see what's the best way to pull stuff off the belt, off of multiple belts rather, without harming throughput. And this is the design that I came up with. Basically, temporarily converting it into 3 belts. And then merging it back at the end. Right, so we've got ice. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the ice, the solid fuel, and the chromium ore straight off the bat. Let's see. Ice, we're just going to do let's say 2 chemical plants. Let's give myself a little more room to work with here. A storage tank. Let's make sure there's always some available. And the rest gets voided. Simple enough. Next up, we've got solid fuel. This we don't really have much of a use for. However, let's pull some heavy oil. We'll crack this down to light oil. There's got to be a better way to do this. But anyways, yeah, no, that's that's hampering myself way too much. How about I do something like this? Crack this down to light oil. Okay, water, light oil. Here we're just going to make 2 things of rocket fuel. Actually, we can make this simpler. Just move that out by 1. And then these can just, they can just fill up with rocket fuel. Or possibly put these on the other side. Right, that's a little bit more compact. Make sure some solid fuel's always available. And then we're going to void these. Right, that's 2 of them taken care of. Next up, we've got holmium ore. Oh, actually, I don't need to merge these at all, do I? Let me think. Right, so if I think about what these splitters are doing, this is taking like the 1% of ice and sticking it on its own belt. And then it's trying to combine that with the 1% of ice on this one and sticking it on this belt. So 99% of these contents will go on the lower belt, 99% of these contents will go on this lower belt. So actually, I don't need to worry about this at all. I just need to remember to, like, it needs to go down each time. Right. So that's the play. But next up is Holmium War. And I think it might actually be worth just doing it right away. Right. Like, if I just take chemical plants and convert these to holmium solution. Right, like that will do 0.2 per second. Nah, this is trying too hard. We've got a good start. Let's not pen ourselves in too quickly. Well, I'm already at 2.5 hours, which is not a good sign. Um, so let's see here. Also, I'm not making storage tanks, apparently. Alright, what was my next move? I guess the next move is processing the holmium solution. So let's do that here. So now I'm going to have these go down instead. Holmium solution, and then stone. I want the stone to recombine. Just kind of go out like that. Right, this processes very, very slowly. So actually, I can see how to do this. There. Now this links back up. That could go up. And that can go there. There, good. Yeah, we can stick a couple of these guys in here too. And that should be Homium solution sorted. So, those are the key components that everything else will be determined by. And if need be, I can expand these upward, and the rest of the sushi will keep flowing. Now, interestingly... Perhaps I have missed something here. It's trying to output everything onto this bottom belt. So this doesn't work, actually. But this should. As long as I keep moving the belt downwards, it's not an issue. In fact, I wonder... Could I do something like this? I think that works, actually. It's a little bit cursed, but I think it does work. Right, this belt goes up, this belt goes up, then this belt goes up here. Yeah. All right, let's try let's try replacing and rebuilding all of that in place just to see if that fills properly. And let's stick a few of these here. Pipes. Pipes. Yep, it's going. That's going up, that's going up. That's not correct, but we just need to fix that. Yeah. Yeah, it looks quite good. Now it's putting more stone onto that belt, which is a problem. So I might have to do something more clever. No, I don't like this. I think it makes more sense to just yeah, like no. Once again, I'm trying way too hard. Yeah, I think that's the best way I can do this. Just one belt of stone will be able to supply all of this, no problem. Like, if I really wanted to try, I could do this. That way it's pulling from both sides equally. So it's a bit of a mess, but that is now pulling stone and holmium from both belts. I'm happy to leave that where it is. All right, next up. Next, we have to get rid of everything else. Like, there's normal quality ingredients that that I'm going to pull production line style. So, for example, should I build that way or this way? Let me... So here's my upcycler build. This only requires one... like one belt to come in per ingredient. If I do it like that, then I can just stamp these down sort of like in this direction. Or like this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's do this. Before playing around too much, let's determine which direction the belts are going to go. Alright, so that's end of the line. Let's make sure we have enough room for our rocket silos. Yeah, you know, it doesn't need to be that fast. Maybe not. Do I want set requests? No, I think I want... I think I just want this to be Fulgora exports. There we go. Just consolidate everything. There we go. And we'll just stick one somewhere here. All right, we're back to full coverage and nice big area in the middle to work with. So I can fit 1, 2 this way, 1, 2, 3 this way, 1, 2, 3 this way. Sort of. Why has this belt stopped? All right. How are these guys doing? Oh, alrighty. We have 7 big mining drills. We have 5 quality modules. This is a very, very slow process. But let's do this. Yeah, that's good. Let's take all of our uncommon mining drills, all of our rare mining drills. Actually, better way to do this. We will simply send them directly. And for my parts, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Let's trash everything. Let's go to space. That goes to Cutlass. This goes to Cutlass. This being me. And while we're at it, let's also send up some uranium. Well, nah. We'll not worry about that for now. Alright, let's go to Fulgora. So we got some big mining drills, we got some foundries. And give ourselves a little bit more room. Really hug that coast. Nice and snug. Hmm. There. It's a little bit tidier. Alright, here we are on Fulgora. Let's drop those. Drop those. Drop a few more of these. Drop all of these. And then drop us. Okay, so we've got a clean slate to work with. It is over 3 hours now, and I haven't been able to actually stamp any of this down. Um, but just to show you how this works, let's say I want to use this just to void steel. Steel will be input into this belt and go into the steel chests that have quality modules attached. These will go into this quality recycler, so you will get a mix of normal quality, uncommon, and rare steel plates. The normal stuff will pipe right back into the steel chest line. Any high quality stuff will go down here, and if it's rare, then we're going to capture that immediately in this passive provider chest. So that's all good. Anything else, uncommon or rare / epic, when we unlock those will go into these chests. And all of these chests and all of these inserters and this assembler, we're reading the contents of all of these and feeding it into this arithmetic combinator. So this will sense if it has all of the ingredients necessary to perform one craft, and if so, it will output that signal as a valid recipe. So I have one for uncommon, one for rare, and one for epic. That's being piped into this selector combinator, which selects the highest quality signal that we have ready. So if you have uncommon and rare that are both ready, then it's going to send the rare signal here, right? That goes into this thing, which will try to send that new signal as long as one isn't stored already. And there's a little bit of circuit logic trickery going on here. This is the combinator that actually stores the signal. So like, you send a signal once, it's going to send it over this green wire and send it back on itself. So this will just constantly go on a feedback loop. So that's what that's about. It'll always like send each signal along both the red and the green. And this red wire is hooked up to the assembler, and this is what sets the recipe. So that's the basic loop. Now, importantly, this will not send a new recipe if there is already a stored signal. So if this ends up blank, then it will attempt to send the signal from the chest. Other things about this. If we no longer have enough ingredients to satisfy one cycle, then we're going to send the no signal, and that will clear this out. Also, sometimes it happens that two signals get sent at the same time. If that happens, then we're going to count them here, and if there's more than one, then we reset everything. And finally, what's this one doing? So that's it for setting the recipe here. If there are any output chests here, then we're going to count any one of those and tell these inserters to stop. So we're always going to prioritize taking chests out of this. And only when this is empty can these operate again. When the recipe changes, a pile of the ingredients will need to be taken out. So that's done here. It's going into this chest, then this chest, and then back into this chest. If you have two or more ingredients in the recipe, then it is possible for these chests to become out of balance. So like, let's say it requires let's say you have a lot more copper cables than you have steel plates. Just by chance, this might become unbalanced. And if that ever happens, then all of the overflow will just go into this active provider chest and go straight onto the network. And I'll deal with that like when necessary. But there's so much buffer in these chests and in this and in our like logistic storage that I don't really anticipate that being a problem. Like, this is about as close to airtight as you can hope for. The only way you could improve that is if you actually have like a proper trash module, but that would make this thing get even bigger than it already is. And finally, this is also requesting materials from the network. Let's see. That's interesting. Yes, the current highest quality. I need to set this to rare. So now it is only requesting the uncommon materials. This is a new logistics group that I've created. Once I unlock Epic, then I just have to change this signal to Epic, and it will begin outputting uncommon and rare. So it'll be asking for both of those materials and sending that back into the chest loop. But for now, I'm going to leave that at rare because that's the highest quality I have available. For something like steel chest that only has one ingredient, a lot of this stuff can be removed. So it could look like just like that. Right. So that's kind of what it would look like if it only had one ingredient. So that's the design that I've been working on, and as mentioned, the stream has already gone well over time. So I will play with actually upcycling all of these materials next stream. But at the very least, we have this set up, and we're working on uranium fuel cells, and I will probably do a similar quality upcycling setup here on Vulcanus once I get a little bit further along. But for now, I really need I need all of the quality and trash set up so that I can get a lot more holmium plates and holmium ore through this system. And then finally craft my mech armor. So once I have the mech armor, then I'll be literally flying across these oil sands, which will be quite nice. But yeah. So let's save that there, and we'll come back to that next week. All right, so that'll do it for today. We'll be back on schedule Thursday. I may be playing Bits and Bops, but I think I'll probably play some more Grapple Dog. Because it's been quite a while, and we're close to the end of that game, so I want to at least close it out. In the meantime, let's find someone to raid out to. Looks like Concub is playing Outer Worlds 2. So I will send you over there. Oops. As always, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.